So in terms of improving resource efficiency, we will monitor through different data, which is the percentage of energy using water, energy saving, and water saving and reduction on the waste. If all of the three figures are lower than 10%, then we can regard the outcome as unsatisfactory. The management should arrange the tutorials for all staff to raise employees' awareness to minimize resource use and provide methods how to minimize the use of the work resource. The other action also need to be adopted, such as print posted that summarize the company's sustainability priorities and goals. Send employees an email with a link to the company's latest sustainability report. Create a bulletin board in the cafeteria where sustainability info is rotated monthly. Host a green fair in a large conference room with stations devoted to the different areas of the company's sustainability initiatives. Provide sustainability tools that point out sustainability building features. Develop a self-guided walking tour of the facilities, highlighting key sustainability features, and share some bills with the employees. In terms of the supply chain management, if our supplier cannot reduce their impact on the environment by 20% based on the corporation's assessment, we will require those companies to raise awareness of sustainability issues and encourage sustainable procurement. By focusing on sustainability within the supply chain, the corporation can effectively communicate corporate values and cultures to the suppliers. By establishing and communicating expectations, we can evolve business relationships in our sustainability efforts. These expectations can be communicated through a supplier code of the conduct. There are many resources and tools available to assist companies with developing a supplier code uh, of conduct. These guidelines and tips for writing and adopting a successful supplier code of conduct can be found by doing a little research and using the tools available online. Once we have set compliance standards for target suppliers, we should collect data from them through a simple benchmarking questionnaire self-assessment to understand the starting point. Baseline assessment of supplier performance are the starting point for future programs aimed at improving supply chain sustainability and assessing where the greatest need for improvement exists. A final step is to drive performance improvement. Once business has a solid understanding of supplier baseline performance, we can create an audit program to measure performance improvement as time goes on. Although the self-assessments are completed by a cooperation group, on-site audits and can review local practices. Practical optical opportunities for improvement and the behavioral challenges that are challenging to identify through surveys alone. When the organization implements an audit program, we should be prepared to act on the findings by preparing corrective action plans that include communicating the results and expectations, and if necessary, terminating suppliers if they do not comply. We compare these audit programs with insensitive programs that reward suppliers that comply. Speaking of the biodiversity, we need to increase the efficiency of waste management by 15% to reduce impact on the biodiversity. The following actions should be taken if we fail. The actions include the measure business waste. For a quick visual waste assessment, go around to all the bins presented for collection just before the collection truck arrives and see how full they are. Don't worry if there are different sizes bins. Simply note down the sizes and estimate of how full they are and how often waste is collected. Identify local collectors of recyclable materials. By knowing how much material the business produces over a period of time and the types of some material that can be diverted from landfill, we can identify the most suitable waste and the recycling collection contractors. Implementing material collection system at business premises. Different business generate different types of the recoverable materials. The bins emptied into the collection truck typically wheelie bins and the bulky bins may not be the same bins used for the collecting the material around the business premises. How the separate materials in the business will be determined by how waste is collected. So that's all for today's presentation. Any questions? Okay, good. No, so great. That's all for today. Thank you.
Yeah.